So I can so feel my friend behind the camera here, co-collaborator, in how sound healing can be freeing of a whole life, can help somebody be who they were always meant to be, to do their right livelihood, to create the globe's original education empire, hashtag breaking brilliant. Whereas those men made meth, this woman wakes wisdom. I'm the one that shouts. Mama says, knock you out. Don't call it a comeback. A fresh prince from scratch. Who am I going to get to first? Will or Jada? Marlon or Queen Latifah? Maybe Lenny Kravitz? I just don't know. This is hashtag Occupy Esalen, where I demonstrate how to spread human potential to the 99%. It's about play. It's about, this is the life I want to lead, and playing yourself into being exactly who you are. I'm the founder of hashtag Stand Up Philosophy. That's one of the pillars of the Breaking Brilliant Education Empire. I already pitched North Bay Neighbors, Netflix co-founder, Mark Randolph. It's in his email box. I got a digital record. I do not think small. I've only found one mind that can handle my frequency. And that's how we all have to start thinking about the speeds of our brains and the speeds of our communication and where our flows are and where our body needs to be able to do all this expression of communication. It feels so alive to know it's always in here. But how do you be so aware and enlightened of anybody in this? I mean, I can't even get them warm up enough to practice their beliefs that, and this too is God, but not Zenzi, not the homeless person. We said, no, we don't want to know anything about nobody talk to her, nobody help her. Not just not helping me, it's that they actively helped harming me. Really have very important data about human health, especially about what's going on in aging, about dialing back all the medications. I mean, how many vaccines are infants getting at the start? What age is it before you're on like 10 different medications all interacting in an unstable? Looking at the people that are walking around, and this nation is just dysfunctional, flabby, like out of sync with themselves. Just lots of postured dismobilities and kinks and whatnot.
And that's something that you overcame.
It certainly is. Thank you, Kiana, for reminding our people. Let's get back into the story. I lost nearly 90% of my capacity to walk and talk in my 40s due to a toxic mold exposure. I had to learn how to Humpty Dumpty my own brain back. Apparently, my own speed, way too sped up for everyone else who's plummeting because of the closeness of the text messages, the quickness. Everyone's time frame of understanding is way down here in hyper staccato. And I'm up here talking about we have to actually do the global thought experiments to save our species. We just don't go, let's hope it all figures itself out. Nobody's paid to change course, and a lot have to change course very quickly. We're gonna self-extinct the species. It's time for a whole bunch of things to just not be okay anymore. From tobacco, this is reparation central. It's enough of that stuff. Give the plant back to the indigenous communities. Have a transition period. Enough of this commercialization of tobacco. There's money from slavery. Reparations. I'm just gonna start. This is no, and you never know what I'm gonna frameworks and stuff. I see the complexity of like the big star coast. But it's also so improv, so spontaneous for me. I keep seeing all these connections. What's wrong with these sensitivities? And it's affecting all of us. So this is part of where I had to learn how to do that, how to not swallow everything, how to not just run away, right? I mean, all I'm ever doing is showing people my ass, right? You know, and maybe a burble they hear, right? I'm gonna have social abuse. I did not do this to myself in any way. I earned a living for many, many, many years. Oh, then you're gonna have interviews where people see you. Oh, no, too old, too fat, too whatever. I don't want your stinking jobs anyway. My brain was so constrained in corporate America. And it was so painful to have to think like that. Every ounce of energy I had was just in earning a living. I didn't have family or friends or hobbies. I had Tanganyika and Zanzi. It's basically my two Arctic fox companions during my polar bear phase. But then because everything changed and you melted down my environment, I become, take this, Franz Kafka. I metamorphosized from a polar bear into the Trojan giraffe of whiteness. And see.